upon watching this scene right here, Sephiroth endgame is definitely beyond the meteor. He still wants to summon the meteor, but this scene specifically, he absorbs it. So it looks to me like he absorbs it to get an extra strength for something else.
Good, Aerith. Pray.
He opens a rift in the sky, and like I said before, the rainbow is used to signify like a reality shift or where another reality is shown. Basically, it's his convergence. He explains in this scene specifically that the reunion is the convergence of the different timelines of realities. In the original PS1, the reunion was the Genova cells or Genova clones coming together for the purpose of Sephiroth and making him stronger, so all the cells can come together in one place, that being the Northern Cave. He implies this reunion, this version of reunion, is where the convergence of timelines becoming one.
Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the Sector 7 plate. Of course, this is only the most recent in a series of crises. Multiple reactor bombings, followed by the fall of the Sector 7 plate.
And like I mentioned before, the rainbow effect is used to show the different realities or the different timelines.
The reunion, when worlds merge, when spite and sorrow are harvested to feed the planet.
And then he summons a live stream from these different worlds. And you might think that's a good thing, but as you can see here, it gets corrupted and becomes turned. So my interpretation of this scene, he wants a reunion to happen where the convergence of timeline is. He's going to summon the meteor as he always wants, but then he's going to absorb it. So everyone's going to think it's going to collide with the planet of Gaia, which isn't going to be the case because Sephiroth knows that fails. So he's going to summon a meteor, but then absorb it just before collision. And instead, he's going to use his power to corrupt the live stream, as that's what saves the planet, and make the live stream become an evil being, making it become a corrupted entity instead of being something to save the planet. And that's probably why he absorbs the meteor, because he needs that extra strength in doing so. And that's why he mentions to Aerith, keep praying.
Good, Aerith. Pray.
He wants everyone to make the live stream stronger, just like the original game when everyone prays at the end. But the plot twist at the end of the third game is probably that he's going to turn the live stream against the people and instead attack the planets and let him control it.
So this is where you've been hiding, in a world that has accepted its fate. Just as you must.
So again, the rainbow visuals again appearing on the top here. It's like a reoccurring image they do to represent different timelines or the emergence or convergence of the timelines. It's like he's showing what his main goal is now. This could just be a metaphorical imagery, basically a symbolic scene. It may not imply anything major, but while they absorbed the meteor and then showed the live stream soon after the following scene of it being corrupted and turning black. And he's also encouraging Aerith to pray when that's a major thing that stops planets from getting crushed by the meteor. So it's like he wants the live stream to be even stronger, so then when he takes over, he's gonna be basically an unstoppable force, something to be reckoned with. I want to talk about this one particular scene right here. I'll say this is probably the most substantial scene where Sephiroth explains what the convergence is and what happens as a result of it. So it literally displays what happens. It shows two realities or two timelines converging, coming together, and you see this like rupture happening where it looks like reality breaks, just collapses. And Sephiroth even describes it as listen to its crying, listen to the planet's cries. What does it mean when he says listen to the cries? Does it mean the planet dying? Does it mean the live stream fading? Or the cries, the people dying on the planets? It most likely does mean like the live stream just dying along with the planet and the people when the converging happens. This probably explains why he strives to get the convergence to happen as soon as he can. It also explains why we've seen hints of converging and like timelines overlapping throughout the whole game. Sephiroth is explaining that the convergence has like a bad connotation to it. Like it seems like a horrible event that he wants to happen. Like he hasn't shown much interest in the meteor. He has more interest in the convergence instead. But I feel like this is gonna backfire, because as more of the convergence or the signs of convergence happening, what do we see? We see more of Zack and Cloud working together or like crossing paths and going to different timelines. So I believe the final fight is going to make Zack and Cloud to work 100% together without any disruptions or separating apart, and they'll probably put a stop to Sephiroth's plan. So this is probably going to give more opportunity for Zack to enter Cloud's timeline or vice versa. This is actually one of the most interesting cutscene of Sephiroth. It's probably the most pivotal one. So I'll just let the scene play out because it's actually very fascinating just to see this whole scene being explained by Sephiroth. It is still quite cryptic in the way he delivers his message, but I think if you read between the lines, there's definitely some depth to it.
Behold the true nature of reality. When the boundaries of fate are breached, new worlds are born. The planet encompasses a multitude of worlds, ever unfolding. Some quickly perish, while others endure. Yet even the most resilient worlds are doomed to fade. Nevertheless, their loss is not to be mourned. For it is not death, but a homecoming that awaits them. In the planet's embrace, all life is as one. All born are bound to her. Should this world be unmade, so too shall her children.
He'd tell you that he only cares about the planet. That he'd do everything in his power to protect and preserve it. But this isn't the way it's supposed to be.
Listen to the planet, Cloud. To her ecstatic cries, her rapture.
Screaming! It's screaming!
Now, Cloud. I thought you might finally understand. Let go of the past, Cloud. For the future is bright. We are to bear witness to the reunion of worlds.
Reunion. Leave me out of it.
How very stubborn of you. Perhaps you need a little push. I give you my blessing.
I also want to link this to the scene right here. Now, this speculation is definitely a stretch. I know it's a stretch, so don't come at me. I just want to mention this and put it out there because Nojima is definitely putting some spice to the story from the original game. Every time Sephiroth appears, there's always like a purple aura, and this purple aura could just be Sephiroth's aura, or just makes it easy to identify Sephiroth and like he's evil or whatnot. But if you look at the particles around him that surrounds him, if you look at them, they have the similar properties to that of the Lifestream particles. Again, this is a stretch, but if you look, they have the same physics properties in the way they move, the way they float around. It's like the Lifestreams turn from green to purple. If you also pay attention to Cloud's reaction in this particular scene, he looks around Sephiroth instead of directly at him. It's like he's looking at the purple aura or this Lifestream potentially. Like I mentioned before about the evil Lifestream theory, this could be hinting that. Now this speculation could definitely be false because if you look at the Gi tribe, like Gi in Attack in that one cutscene, he also has a red aura, but you can tell that properties is different to that of the Lifestream and the one around Sephiroth, which makes sense because they got passed into a Lifestream, so the red aura around the Gi tribe is definitely not a Lifestream. But Sephiroth's aura, the purple around him, is so identical to that of the green Lifestream. I hope in the next game we get some lore dump on the damn Lifestream. There's so much of a Lifestream we don't know, and it's such an essential feature in the FF7 world, so hopefully they give us so much more depth and detail and information regarding the Lifestream in the next game. It's also interesting to note that he's also preaching negative emotions. Like most of the dialogue is always mentioning stuff about sadness, sorrow, anger, hatred. The first ever Sephiroth scene in Remake, he was telling Cloud to hold on to the hatred. Even this scene at the end when Aerith supposedly dies, he gives a big speech on about sadness and anger.
A confluence of worlds and emotions. Loss chief among them. It engulfs fleeting moments of joy, transforming them into rage, sadness, hatred. Never have I felt them so keenly.
It's like he's telling us this is what fuels this different live stream. Like, why is he always preaching and hoping for anger and these negative emotions? It must fuel something. My theory is that it fuels the negative, evil live stream, the purple live stream that Sephiroth seemingly is trying to control, which could link to again and explain that one scene where the live stream gets shrouded by either the whispers or just turning evil. Yes, it is true that the Genova clones or the Genova Sephiroth is also depicted with the purple aura. So again, this is probably a stretch. I just want to put that out there because Sephiroth is definitely conversing with Cloud from the live stream. Like, even again with that cutscene about the converging of timelines, Sephiroth can't even touch him because he's talking to him through the live stream. Cloud even enters the live stream and pops out and goes back to his reality at the end of this cutscene. So that's what I see his endgame to be.
Just as worlds unite, so too do they part.
Just as worlds unite, so too do they part. But who's to say they can't unite again?
やれやれだぜ。